Hey guys, it's Tarkon, back with another video. You know, I got a new phone, so I'm trying to see, it's all black. I can't tell where the little lens is so that I know I'm looking into the camera and into your lovely eyes, all of you. But, you know, if I happen to sort of look over here at some point or look over there, or looks like I'm talking to some spot just above your heads, then forgive me. I'm still getting used to it. I can kind of see it. It's really difficult to see. But anyway, hello, I'm back. I took a little break because I've been in transit and dealing with jet lag. And, you know, I was just a zombie for a while there. And, but I don't want to be a zombie when I'm doing these videos for you, because that's no fun, right? It's no fun for you or me. And it's a little scary when I'm like a zombie. I look like a zombie. You think I'm going to start, you know, tearing at your flesh? All right. Anyway, I'm back. I decided that today I was going to do a couple of viewer comments because, and these two are a little bit apart in terms of when they were submitted to me. One is more recent and one is from maybe a few months ago, but they're very similar. All right. And you'll see the connection. You probably can tell what this is going to be about from the title of the video, because you're all smart, right? But let me just get into it. Let me get into the first one here. And this one is from 𝗙់𝗰𝗲𝗄𝗏. I love your username, Cindy. I always love that, saying that, 𝗙់𝗰𝗲𝗄𝗏. All right, so 𝗙់𝗰𝗲𝗄𝗏 says, so we have never had a crossword. Really? He has gotten quiet and has told me a few times that it is his job. Well, I'm certain he's not saying his job is to be quiet, but it's his job that's keeping him from speaking to you. Okay. Contacting you. My sister says that if they wanted, they would talk. So if people, in other words, people will find a reason or a way or find the time to contact you if they wanted to talk. Which discourages me, so I have stopped talking to her about this. Good. Now, here's, good. I always say this. Listen, unless you have friends and family who are on the same level as you in terms of what this manifesting stuff is all about, okay? Don't speak to them about it, all right? You don't have to look for advice from 20, 200, 500 different people, all right? Once you align yourself with what it is you want, the guidance will come to you, okay? If you want to talk to somebody about it, talk to people on the Facebook group or other groups that are doing the same thing, that have the same interests, they have the same way of thinking about this, okay? Don't speak to people that you think, it's like playing Russian roulette with your vibration, okay? You know, you're going to go out there and talk to some friend because you're feeling a little bit down about something, and then they're going to tell you all these canned things that people say that they learned from movies or their teacher when they were growing up or whatever it is, and all this stuff like, well, you know, they just moved on and you just gotta you know, of course that's going to discourage you. So unless you're absolutely sure that the person you're speaking to is on the same level as you, understands what it is you're doing, understands manifesting, there's no need for you to mention it, okay? But that's not the point of this video, so let me move on. If I stop texting him, that gives him space to chase me. His feelings will wake up and he will think about me more? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. My goal is to be with him and marry him. We have talked about that. I don't want to think negatively. Well, let me say something first about this, okay? Because you got two different things going on here, all right? And it's pretty obvious right off the bat. So you want him, your question to me is, how do I get him to pursue me? How do I get him to chase me? How do I get him to text me more, right? And then right after that, you follow that with, my goal is to be with him and marry him, all right? So which of the two things are more important to you? In other words, of course, and I'm always going to say this because because it's true, the biggest prerequisite for manifesting and manifesting efficiently is to know what it is you really want, and then go there in your mind, go there in your visualizations, go there in your feeling space and your state of being, okay? Because I get this so many times. People are like, well, I want to marry him and I want a relationship with him, but why hasn't he texted me? How do I get him to text me more? How do I get him to do this more? And you know what's going on here is, well, it's several fold, okay, what's going on. But what's really going on is that you're not trusting the process. you're still not learning to let go of the process. And because you're hanging on so tightly and looking for every little sign that he's interested in you and then being disappointed, okay, not because the interest isn't there on his part, but because you're looking for something so badly and so fervently, and every time you don't see it, you feel disappointed, okay? So what's going on there is you're getting a direct communication from your higher self, inner being, the universe, whatever you want to call it, saying your focus is in the wrong direction, okay? It's on the wrong thing here, all right? You're still focused on how he's not there. He's not present in your life, all right? So you want to micromanage every step of the process because you think that you can't leave it up to the universe, which is sort of the opposite of manifesting, okay? Manifesting and being a reality creator is the opposite of micromanaging every step of the process to get you to where you want to be in every little step and nook and cranny and corner of your life and existence, okay? It's not the point of all this, all right? The point is, be clear about what it is you want, let go of it, move on with your life, and let the process unfold, all right? And you'll see signs when you're ready to see signs or when you need to see signs, okay? And you will be prompted to take action when it's necessary for you to take action, okay, to move things along. So you'll know when to do something, you'll know when not to do something according to how it feels. Every time you decide, what should I do? Should I contact them? Should I do this? Should I send them flowers for their birthday? Whatever it is, stop for a moment and think and examine your feelings. How does it feel? Are you doing it out of a sense of urgency, frustration, impatience, that unless you do something, nothing's going to happen? Because that is still putting your focus on how it's not happening. And as long as you do that, nothing can happen, okay? So that's one thing that I wanted to say about that. So it's important here to understand your motivation behind this, okay? Why is it you want him to chase you so badly? Because you got two things going on. On the one hand, you say, I want him to chase me. On the other hand, you say, well, I want to be married to him. So why are you focusing on the part of him chasing you and texting you? When what you should be focusing on, if it's really true that the end result that you're looking for is a marriage, go there, okay? Go to the end doesn't mean, manifest every little step of the process along the way towards the end result. It doesn't mean that. Go to the end doesn't mean micromanage every little step of the way, okay? Go to the end doesn't mean, okay, I'm going to manifest a text message, then I'm going to manifest my reply, then I'm going to manifest a date, then I'm going to manifest a first kiss, then I'm going to manifest, and this is what people do when they think they're manifesting. They think they're using law of attraction. They're not. Okay, they're doing things the way they've always been doing them, which is to control every little aspect of the process, all right? You gotta let go of that, okay? And I can't make you let go of that, okay? I've shown you guys techniques in these videos to show you that when you focus more on yourself, and that also means your passions, your hobbies, when you get into the flow of your own life and your own existence, you're not worried so much about these things, okay? You want the thing, but you don't need it, okay? You're not sitting around obsessing about it, which means that you're sitting around putting all your focus on how it's not there yet, how nothing seems to be happening, how they're not pursuing you, okay? That's the part you really got to let go of. And the best way to do that is to go do something else for a little while. Go focus on something else for a little while, because right now, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're not helping yourself by sitting around obsessing about this, okay? And wondering every step along the way, where is he? Why isn't he texting me? Doesn't he love me anymore? You want to be married to him. Get into the feeling of being married to him. What does that look like? Use your time to occupy your mind with those things and those questions. What does that feel like? What does that look like? Most importantly, who am I as the person in that marriage? In that relationship? How am I behaving in that? Well, that version of me that's married to him right now, what is that person doing? What is that person thinking? What does that person say on a regular basis? How does that person feel on the inside on a regular basis? How does that person walk through the world? How does that person carry themselves? Do they feel frustrated and impatient all the time? If you're married to him, are you going to spend every day and moment of the day wondering when he's going to text you? Oh, he's at work right now. Why hasn't he texted me on his lunch break? He's on his lunch break. He's on his coffee break. He hasn't texted me yet. Does that mean he doesn't love me yet? No, of course not. That would be ridiculous. And how long would a marriage like that last anyway, right? Think about it a little bit. Okay? Think about what you're doing. It's time to for all you guys to sort of begin to really learn to pay attention to what's going on inside of you, all right? Your inner state, and look at your own motivations for things, okay? Because that's what it comes down to. That's like half the battle in manifesting, is understanding your motivations for wanting something, getting the clarity, and then putting your focus on that exclusively. Okay, and not all the little steps in between, like he hasn't sent me flowers, he didn't like my post on Facebook, oh my God, and then you're sitting around and you're blowing this stuff up in your mind and you're just slowing yourself down. Okay, I can't stress this enough, guys. Again, I can't do it for you as a coach and as a teacher. Nobody can do this for you. Okay, you've got to make the decision at some point to say, I'm going to stop that now. I'm going to stop focusing on that right now, and I'm going to look at what it is I really want here, what it is I'm really after here, okay? You want the marriage. Think about what that looks like. Fill in the details of that. Fill in the grid, okay? You guys have kids married? Go 5-10 years down the road. Visualize your wedding anniversary, your 10th wedding anniversary, your 5th wedding anniversary. You guys are sitting around looking at photos of your wedding day and you're laughing. I remember when Uncle Jim ate all the cake and all that kind of stuff, okay? I remember when Cousin Jack was so drunk that he puked in the whatever, okay? This is like the kind of stuff that you're going to be doing with your husband, all right? With your wife, with your significant other. This is what you want. You want the marriage. Live in the marriage now, and don't worry so much about what seems to be happening out there, what doesn't seem to be happening out there. It's irrelevant, okay? The only time you pay attention to what's happening on the outside of you in regards to this desire is when something pleasing is happening, okay? When you have a manifestation that pleases you, then you go bask in it and you live it and you enjoy it, all right? But until then, distract yourself as much as possible from thinking about whether he's texting you or not. And the best way to do that for the time being, when you are feeling really, really frustrated and impatient, is to go do other things that aren't so intense for you, that don't have so much resistance around them for you. Easy things. You know, Abraham Hicks always says, go focus on some blue glass for a while or some white feathers. Just something fun and light and easy and relaxing to kind of just give yourself space, because you're talking about giving him space so he can chase you. You need to give yourself the space, okay? Because you know, even if you're not texting him all the time, you're still chasing him energetically, okay? With your focus, you're still chasing this thing because, again, you feel like you won't be happy unless it happens. You can't be happy unless it happens. Unless he loves you, you can't love yourself, okay? It's important to look at your motivations for this, all right? It's based in fear and anxiety and frustration and impatience and a very, very deep and definite lack of self-love and appreciation and respect, okay? And as long as you look at that, as long as you sort of wallow in those feelings every day, nothing can change for you, okay? That's the law, all right? So you want a marriage, focus on the marriage, okay? But just for the time being, go do something else. Focus on your puppy. Focus on whatever it is that you do, passions, hobbies, your work if you love your work, okay? Things that are easy. Go take a bath for a little while, just for a couple of days, maybe a week. I'm not saying do this all the time. When you feel better, when you feel more calm, when you feel more at ease about the situation, then go and then really get into the feeling of, what is it I really want here? Do I really want the marriage, or do I want somebody to chase me and pursue me and text me all the time? There's nothing wrong with that, but you're contradicting yourself in the comments. So it shows me that you're not very clear about what it is you want, or there's a disconnect. There's a what's the word I'm looking for? You know, there's a misalignment between what it is you want and how you're feeling about it on the inside, or feeling about yourself on the inside. You know, you need this constant, reassurance, okay, that it's happening. He likes me, now I can feel better about it. But you see, that's like a drug, okay? Because it's like, let's say he texts you now, for like 3 days straight and tells you how awesome he thinks you are and how much he loves you, and then he has that one day when he's got to work, or he's got a busy meeting, or he's got to go help his mom with something, or whatever it is, okay? And then you're sitting there going, oh my God, he suddenly stopped loving me. He stopped texting me. What's going on? I need the fix. I need the fix. I need the fix. I need the fix. Okay. That's what it comes down to when we focus on things like that. okay? We want the text message. We want them to pursue us because what you're after is a feeling of being adored, of being wanted, of being needed. But you still think that other people, it's their job to do that for you. It isn't, okay? You need to start with doing that for yourself, all right? And then they can come in, all right, and complement that feeling that you have already fostered inside yourself. You become a match to that behavior in them, all right? But the ironic part is this, okay? Because when you do that properly and when you do it the right way around, in other words, first you give yourself that feeling of acceptance and love and being needed and loving yourself. When they come and show you that they need and love and appreciate and adore you as well, it won't be so important to you. You won't be like, oh my God, that's awesome. You'll be more like, oh, cool, of course. Because you're a creator now who understands. You manifest. You're a magician, okay? You're a wizard. You're manifesting this stuff because you understand now that it's your inner space that you need to tend to, that you need to nurture. And when you do, the things that show up as a match to that are just going to be like matter of fact. They're just going to be like, of course that's happening. It's a mirror reflection of what I've been working on and nurturing inside myself. So it won't be a big deal to you. You're not going to bounce off the walls. You'll be like, oh, cool. Of course you do. Of course you do. I'm lovable. I've been loving myself. I've been good to myself. I've been easy on myself. Of course, you kind of come in and you know, echo that back to me. Cool. But that's cool because it shows me that I'm moving this in the right direction, that I'm doing this the right way around. Okay. I'm getting this. All right. And then, so just, you know, for a while, take a little break, okay, of thinking about them. Think about other things that are easy to think about, that are fun to think about. And then when you feel better, go back and really decide, what do I want here? Do I want him to chase me or do I want the marriage? Because what's the marriage going to look like? What's the marriage going to feel like? And then focus on that, okay? Script about it. Script about your day in the future when you're having your 10th or 5th or 15th or 25th wedding anniversary, when you're seeing your kids off to college, when you guys are just hanging around one day in the house and you're cooking dinner and he's doing something he loves and you're just in this domestic bliss because none of you is worried. You love each other and you know it, and you love yourselves and you know it, and you see you love your children and they love you, and you've got a great life going on, okay? Focus on those things, all right? Focus on that feeling, not on what needs to happen right now. Why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he doing that? Okay? So, and you know what? This is such a topic. It's a big one, and I'm probably not going to even say everything that I plan to say in this video because that's what happens. There's so many layers to this, and to this idea of wanting people to pursue us, wanting people to text us all the time. You know, because here's another thing that's going to happen. You're going to manifest. You can manifest text messages. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Okay, you can manifest anything, and you'll do it. Okay, I've done it, and it's like, well, I manifested a text message, but nothing ever came of it. No date, no get together, nothing, okay? And then I would manifest another text message, maybe a week later or a month later. And again, it would be nice in the moment. I would feel really good. And then that feeling would fade. And I'd be like, well, what happened? Because I wouldn't hear from them again. So you see, this is what can happen, okay? You get stuck in this loop of constantly needing a text message and constantly needing that reassurance from them that you lose sight and you lose focus on what it is you're really after here, which is the relationship, okay? And so you can manifest a whole string of text messages. They can make you feel good for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then you're just gonna wanna keep having that to feel good again. You gotta get yourself to feel good without needing all that stuff, all that external input and feedback. You gotta get yourself there first, okay? Without needing that to be the catalyst for this. And then, lo and behold, it comes in. It doesn't just come in, it comes pouring in, okay? But you won't care. You'll be like, you'll care, you'll enjoy it. You'll be enjoying it, but you'll really get a chance to enjoy it this time, okay? Instead of this needing that fix all the time, all right? So, the next one is from a user on the Facebook group. I won't say their name because the Facebook group, I think people want to be more private. If you're leaving a comment on my one of my YouTube videos, well, it's there for everyone to see anyway. So anyway, this person says, I find it really hard to imagine my specific person ever initiating contact with me or pursuing me. So you see a similar thing, right? So what is this person really after here? I know I need to assume he will, but I just feel like I'm deluding myself. Well, here's the thing. Again, are you after a text message or are you after him chasing you, okay, him pursuing you, all right, because you feel that you don't have enough love for yourself to go around in order for him to, without needing him or anybody else to reassure you that you're lovable and needed and wanted and worthy, okay? Because you are anyway, all right? We all are. I know I need to assume he will, but I just feel like I'm deluding myself. Well, okay, another thing about deluding yourself, good, delude yourself. I mean, that's what manifesting is, okay? People always go this, I'm just deluding myself with all this manifesting stuff. How do I manifest him? I don't want to delude myself. Well, that's, to a large degree, that's what manifesting is. It's deluding yourself. So go ahead and be delusional for a while. I mean, if you're visualizing, you're fantasizing, you're feeling it in the end, like you have the end result, you're living it, that's a bit of being delusional, but so what? Like, who told you that it was bad to be delusional? Oh, your teacher, your high school principal, your mom or dad, okay, the talking head on the television, whatever. Who are these people? Your parents are lovely, I'm sure, but what do any of these people really know? You know what's going on inside of you. You understand what it is you want, and you really innately know your ability, okay? All of you really innately, deep down inside, understand your power and your ability to manifest. You've just trained yourself into forgetting it. You've trained yourself into believing that you don't have this power, okay? That you need all these other factors to come show you how powerful you are, or come show you how needed and wanted and worthy you are. At the core of your being, you already know this stuff. You came in with that knowledge. It's natural knowledge, which is why when you convince yourself otherwise, it feels so terrible, because your inner being is disagreeing with your assessment about yourself. When you say things like, I don't know, I'm deluding myself. I don't know, I can't do this. Oh, this is my fault. I manifested this bad thing. Bad things happen to me. I'm not lovable. Why don't they love me? You feel terrible about having those thoughts and feelings, because your inner being is going, hey, hello, you're lovable, you're worthy, you're powerful, you're capable, okay? It knows all these things, and you innately know these things. So that when you have those thoughts and, those sentiments, and you're feeling bad about it, that's a strong indication that your thinking is going in a wrong direction. It's going away from all the things that you want. Not just the specific thing that you're thinking about right now, but all the things that you want. There are things out there that you want that you don't even know you want yet, okay? But your inner being knows that. It's all there already, set up for you. It's in your vortex, okay? Abraham says that. But what that really means is the moment you conceive of it, even on a subconscious level, let's say you're not even consciously aware of a desire that you have yet, and suddenly it happens, you go, wow, this is cool, I didn't even know that was possible. Well, it was already there. You created it without realizing you created it. You wanted it already without realizing that you had formulated a desire for it already, because, you formulate desires all the time just by living your life experiences, okay? And going through things, even things that are challenging, the contrast, okay, is important, because on a subconscious level, that is always helping you to formulate the opposite of that thing or event or circumstance, okay? So that suddenly becomes a desire, all right? So when you align yourself with yourself, it's not just that this is going to help you to manifest the thing that is on your mind most of the time better and more efficiently, but also all these other things, okay? It's not just the one thing. It's going to make your life in general easier, all right? It's going to make your life more flowy, all right, if you want to say that. More easy, okay? So, all right. So, and then this person says, I've been focusing on me, and it feels pretty good. Really good. Oh, it feels really good. Okay, good. Well, in lieu of what I just said, what does that indicate then? If you're feeling really good about something that you're doing, or a thought that you're having, like, hey, I am worthy, I am powerful, I don't need this really. It's going to happen anyway. It's already a done deal, so I don't really have to worry about it. All I have to do is just live my life, be cool, be confident, all right? So suddenly it feels really good to think that way, doesn't it? Well, that's your inner being. That's the universe agreeing with you, saying, yes, more of that. That's more of that thinking. That's moving you in the direction of all the things that you want, okay? Use that as your inner guidance. Your emotions are an inner guidance system, okay? They're like a compass that's always showing you where you are in relation to where you want to be, okay? So don't get hung up on feeling bad or all that stuff, because that's just helping you out. It's letting you know, oh, I feel bad about that thought, so I should drop that thought, okay? Somebody asked me once, how do I recognize limiting beliefs? Well, by the way they feel when they pop up in your head. If you have a thought about something, regarding yourself or your life or other people in your life, and you feel horrible about it, angsty and whatever, then that's your indication right there that you've got a limiting belief going on. So the only thing you got to do is reach for a better feeling thought in that moment about that subject, okay? Talk to yourself about it. Talk yourself out of it. Coach yourself out of it. Just keep having another thought until you feel a feeling of relief. And that's when you know you've let go of the limiting belief for just that moment. And now you're reaching for something that feels better. And this is how you begin to slowly train yourself into an awareness of where you are in your inner state at any given moment throughout your waking hours, throughout your waking day. All right. It's going to be a little bit of learning to read yourself here. In our society, we spend so much time pumping ourselves full of pharmaceuticals and things to chase away negative emotions and depression and all this kind of stuff. But the thing that we're missing as a society, as a culture, is that these things are important. They're indicators to us. Those feelings are indicators to us, that they're letting us know, like I said, where we are in relation to where we want to be. And once we all begin to really understand and believe and see how powerful we are as creators and manifestors, those things won't scare us so much anymore, those emotions that are bad, okay? Just like, Cindy Lou Who said, I don't want to think negatively. Don't be so afraid to think negative or to have a negative thought or a negative feeling response to something. Just recognize it for what it is, okay? Don't get hung up on it. That's all it is. You can acknowledge it. You can say, oh, that feels horrible. I don't like that. And then use that as a springboard for what it is you do want instead, okay? And then reach for those feelings, all right? So, I've been focusing on me, and it feels really good. I don't need him, but would like him in my life. So if that's true, okay, and I'm going to call you out on this a little bit. If that's true, then why are you leaving me comments asking, how do I imagine better him pursuing me? Because you got two contradicting things going on there again, all right? So this is kind of like the first comment. And this is like everyone who comes and asks me this, okay? It's always across the board. I can see, because I'm not so emotionally tied and invested in your relationship with your specific person and in your desires, so I'm able to look at this more objectively, okay? And I can see where you guys are contradicting yourselves, okay? I see it in my coaching clients a lot. So hopefully one of the things I'm able to do as a coach and teacher is to show that to you, okay? So that you can see it and go, oh God, I didn't even see that. He's right, okay? So you say I don't need him to feel good about myself, but I need to know how to get him to pursue me more. So you see the contradiction there in the thinking. You're still hanging on to the idea, though, that you need him, that if he doesn't give you some kind of confirmation of your worth, of your desirability, okay, of your lovability, that somehow that's missing in you. It's like you want him to give you permission, and the way in your mind that he's going to give you permission is to pursue you and chase you and contact you all the time, okay? But you don't need any of that. You're right, because look at what you've been doing. When you focus on yourself, you've been feeling really good, okay? And you say, I don't need him, but would like him in my life. You're still thinking that you need him, though. You're still feeling that you need him. But you're going and moving this in the right direction, okay? It's the right direction. So keep focusing on yourself, because it feels good. And whenever it feels good, it's an indication to keep doing more of that. That's the right thing to do. That's getting you, moving you in the right direction towards all of your goals and desires, okay? Including this one with your specific person. All right, because to the universal mind, they're all the same. To you, one desire might be more important than another. To the universal mind, it's all on the same even keel level, okay? It doesn't look at your desire for your specific person versus your desire for, a stuffed crust pizza tonight for dinner as being anything more or less than each other, okay? It's the same energy. So the universe manifesting a castle or button is the same, okay? It's just to our minds that we give the meaning onto things. We say one thing is more important, one thing is less important. We say one thing is easier, one thing is harder, okay? We say one thing is more common, another thing is more rare, okay? That understand and be aware that that's meaning that your ego mind, your monkey mind is putting on situations, okay? It's not necessarily the truth, all right? So you got a little contradiction going on in yourself, but take a look at this. This is important. When you are doing things, when you're focusing on yourself and loving yourself more, it feels good. So keep doing that, okay? And when you say, I don't need him, but I would like him, perfect. That's the perfect sentiment. But I want you to take a look at whether you're really adopting that sentiment yet. Because you're asking me, why isn't he initiating contact ever? So there's a contradiction going on. So that's another thing, okay? What you got going on here is you're offering an inconsistent energy here. You have an inconsistent focus going on, and which is why you're getting inconsistent results. And that's another thing a lot of people get. They go, oh, well, I've been feeling really good and focusing on myself and not needing this so much, and going with the flow and letting the process unfold and not worrying so much about signs and hanging on to it so tightly. But then you go right back in the next minute, you go, but where is it then? Where is it? Where is it? So you're offering, really inconsistent focus. So you got to get more consistent in your focus and your energetic offering, because what you're getting back is always going to be a reflection of what you're putting out. So if you're putting out inconsistent energy and focus, you're going to get inconsistent results, which is why you get things also like, well, he texted me, he was really into it, but then suddenly he disappeared. He made a date and he couldn't wait to see me, but then he didn't show up to it. Things like that. Okay, so that's always an indication of taking a look back inside yourself and going, well, why is that happening? What's that a reflection of inside of me? Oh, I see. I've been saying this, but doing that. Okay, or doing this and saying that. And those two things are contradicting each other. So let's get back into alignment with what I really want here. Okay? So, I hope that helps, guys. That's pretty much everything that I have to say about these two comments right now. And actually, I have so much more to say, but, this topic here about needing or wanting people to chase us and wanting to manifest, text messages and being pursued, there's so much that's going on there, all right, on a psychological level, on a manifesting level, that probably there'll be more videos that I'll do about this topic, okay? I don't think I can cram everything into one video. So I've said quite a bit about this now. Just to recap, get clear on what it is you want, okay? And if you do want to just manifest a bunch of text messages, maybe you want to just show yourself that you can do it, okay? Maybe it's a way to test yourself, your manifesting skills, or to build your manifesting muscle. That's perfectly fine. But again, as with anything, all right, don't get so hung up on the end result. Don't get so hung up on it needing to be a certain way, all right? So that if it doesn't work, okay, fine, it didn't work. I'll try it again. I'll do it again, okay? But ultimately, really decide what it is you want here, all right? Because if you want a relationship or a marriage with them, and then you're sitting around worrying about why aren't they texting me? How am I going to manifest a text message from them? How am I going to manifest a happy birthday wish from them? How am I going to manifest this? You're asking for constant reassurance along the way, okay? So one good way to get rid of that need for that constant reassurance is to put the focus back on yourself, loving yourself, and the things that you love and are passionate about in your life. Just for a little while until you feel calm again. Then go back and focus on the end result of what it is you really, really want here. You want a marriage. Focus on the marriage, okay? Don't focus on every little step of the way, all right? So, I hope that's been helpful to you guys. This is already a bit of a long video, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Now, if you want some coaching with me, the link for that is down below, okay, in the description box. If you want to leave me $1 for this video as a donation or a tip, they're always appreciated. So you can find links for that down below. There's a PayPal link and a Cash App link. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment, okay, on this video. And join the Facebook group. The link for that is down below as well. So don't go talking to people in your life that don't understand about manifesting. Go speak to people in the Facebook group, okay? And with that, guys, until the next video, thanks for watching. And I'm Tarkan, and I'm going to go back and take another nap because I'm mostly over my jet lag, but it's a process. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Happy manifesting. Bye-bye.